Namah Shivaya Shantaya Karanatraya Hetave Nityam Shuddhaya Buddhaya Muktaya Parameshware. Across ages kindled by the flame of devotion, few lineages shine as brightly as the 63 Nayanars, the saints whose lives were not just lived but inscribed as living scriptures of devotion. Their stories are not legends told to entertain, they're mirrors held before the soul, revealing what love, surrender, and truth can achieve when embraced without fear. These saints walked the same earth we walk, faced the same sorrows we bear, yet transformed every wound into wisdom and every trial into a step toward the divine. Their devotion was not distant or abstract. It was raw, intimate, and fiercely alive. In their lives, we see the full breadth of human experience: pain, doubt, courage, loyalty, sacrifice, and transcendence, refined in the fire of unwavering faith. Each Nayanar showed that God is not reached through ritual or doctrine alone, but through a heart that burns with sincerity. Their journeys remind us that devotion is not an escape from life, but a deeper engagement with it, revealing the divine in every challenge, every choice, every breath. To remember the Nayanars is to awaken a truth sleeping within us, that the divine walks beside us, tests us, heals us, and ultimately receives us, not because we are flawless, but because we dare to surrender. Their stories are simple in narration, yet immeasurable in meaning, proving that even the humblest soul can rise beyond imagination when touched by grace. It is in this spirit of reverence and inner reflection that we enter the lives of three luminous beings: Tirunavukkarasar, Kulacchirai Nayanar, and Perumizhalai Kurumba Nayanar, whose devotion continues to guide seekers across centuries. Their paths, though different, led to the same profound truth. When the heart leans fully on the divine, even the impossible becomes inevitable. Tirunavukkarasar, born as Marulnikiyar, entered the world through a crucible of sorrow. His father's passing, his mother's sacrifice, and the grief surrounding his sister's broken wedding shaped the earliest chapters of his life. Yet, within this pain lay the seed of a destiny that would illuminate Shaivism itself. Drawn toward another faith in his youth, he immersed himself in its teachings, believing he had found certainty. But his sister Tilakavati's heartfelt prayers, rooted in unwavering devotion to Lord Shiva, became the unseen force turning his soul back towards its true home. When divine will placed him under intense physical suffering, the veil of doubt lifted. He returned to his sister, received the holy ash and the sacred Panchakshara, and arose as Tirunavukkarasar, meaning the Lord of Speech, destined to sing hymns that would melt stone and awaken hearts. From then on, his life became a living testament to surrender. Persecuted by rival faiths, he endured poison, fire, raging beasts, and the attempt to drown him bound to a stone. Yet every danger dissolved in the light of his devotion. The flames cooled, the poison turned powerless. A maddened elephant bowed at his feet. Even the ocean carried him gently to safety. Every miracle deepened his surrender, and every hymn drew him closer to the divine. Wandering from shrine to shrine, restoring temples, and walking in companionship with other saints, he embodied humility and divine courage. Not only worldly temptations could touch him, his heart clung only to Lord Shiva's feet. And when the time came, a vision of Mount Kailash opened before him, so resplendent that his soul, at 81, dissolved into eternal bliss, leaving behind a devotional legacy that still echoes across the ages. In the same luminous spirit stands Kulacchirai Nayanar, the Prime Minister of the Pandyan Kingdom in India, a man whose immense power and wealth never once dimmed his humility. From childhood, he saw the devotees of Lord Shiva not merely as a devotee, but as Lord Shiva himself. Every resource he possessed, every influence he commanded, was dedicated to the feet of those who chanted Lord Shiva's name. Amidst royal duties and political storms, his heart remained steady in service to the devotees. When another faith's influence threatened Shaivism in India, he recognized the moment not as a political struggle, but as a spiritual test for the kingdom. With unwavering conviction, he invited saints to rekindle the fading flame of the Shaiva Dharma. The saints' camp was set ablaze, people fell ill, and all debates challenged their faith. Through it all, Kulacchirai Nayanar stood firm, a silent pillar of support, a guardian of truth, a servant of the devotees. His devotion was neither flashy nor dramatic. It was steady, noble, and immovable. With a heart surrendered wholly to Lord Shiva, he ultimately reached Lord Shiva's eternal abode, teaching the world that true greatness blossoms only in humility and service. Just as profound is the life of Perumizhalai Kurumba Nayanar, who revealed through his very breath that the teacher is the living embodiment of the divine. Though his devotion to Lord Shiva was deep, his devotion to his guru, teacher, was absolute. For him, the guru's word was scripture, the guru's presence was Kailash, and the guru's grace was liberation. Through this total surrender, he attained extraordinary yogic powers, not as acts of display, but as natural flowers that bloom from pure devotion. When his yogic insight revealed that the Guru would soon ascend to the Lord's abode, his heart trembled at the thought of living in a world without his teacher's physical form. Such was the depth of his devotion that he chose not to linger behind. Through mastery of the yoga, he peaceably laid down his mortal body and journeyed to the divine presence a day before his teacher. His passing was not an escape, but a conscious merging, a declaration that true devotion dissolves even when the boundaries of life and death. Together, these three Nayanars reveal the vast spectrum of devotion, the fiery surrender that transforms suffering into grace, the noble service that protects the Dharma, and the Guru-bhakti so pure that it transcends mortality itself. Their lives whisper the same timeless message that devotion is not a ritual, but a force that reshapes the soul, steadies the heart, and opens the unseen doors of divine grace. May their stories awaken in us a devotion that is deep, fearless, and tender, a devotion that lights our path, strengthens our spirit, and guides us toward the eternal embrace of Lord Shiva. For the lives of these Nayanars do more than inspire, they awaken. In Tirunavukkarasar, we see surrender triumph over suffering. In Kulacchirai Nayanar, humility triumph over power. In Perumizhalai Kurumba Nayanar, the Guru-bhakti triumph over the fear of separation. Though their paths differ, all three reach the same sacred summit, a place where devotion is not merely an emotion, but the very essence of existence. Their stories remind us that the divine does not ask for perfection, only sincerity. They show that when life breaks us with loss or blinds us with doubt, grace waits for the moment we turn inward. With love as their shield, faith as their guide, and surrender as their strength, they transform the ordinary into the miraculous. If their voices still echo across centuries, it is because they speak to the longing within every human heart, the longing to belong to something eternal, to shed the weight of fear, and to stand in the light of divine without hesitation. Their lives invite us to walk this path with courage, to serve with humility, and to love with the same fierce devotion that carried them beyond human limitation. May their devotion ignite our own. May their courage steady our steps. May their surrender soften our hearts. And may their stories remind us that when we place our entire being at the feet of the divine, we do not fall, we rise. May Jagatpita Mahadev bless us all. Keep seeking, keep chanting, keep surrendering. Om Namah Shivaya.